Wow.
That was quite the experience, wasn't it?
That was crazy. They have given me way too many damn buttons to mess around with. Apparently, I clicked a button a couple of times, and it just went haywire. I have no idea what just happened there.
Wow.
That was crazy. That was really crazy. Well, hey, we're back for the grit test once again. Thank God it's not a broadcaster's test. I would be failing miserably. Holy shit. That was nuts. I don't even know what to say about that. That was crazy.
So you got to tell why. Like, we're doing something different.
Well, yeah, I mean, we are doing something different. And I clicked the music. The music came on. The grit panel was up. Everything was going really good. I clicked to bring us to a 2-screen. Next thing I know, I'm completely off screen. Have no idea what the heck was going on.
I know. I was a little concerned. I thought you left me all by myself without any control.
Well, not that you couldn't have handled it. I mean, you're pretty amazing. So I think you could have taken the reins and just rock and rolled it. But you know, I would have missed it. I kind of like being here.
This new for those of you that use Be Live, it's kind of cool. So a few people have been chosen out the new Be Live, and so Chris is one of the lucky ones.
Yeah, well, Chris, they maybe picked the wrong person because wow.
Oh well, that's the excitement of it.
That was
live.
User error. That was all me. That's user error. I'll take that one. I cannot blame anybody for that one. That was all me. But anyhow, tonight we have a pretty good lineup of what we're going to do. I mean, jeez, you know, when that happened, that totally kicked out everything that I was doing. There it is. All right, cool. So tonight we are going through number 6 and 7 of the grit test, and you know, I'm kind of excited. We're getting that just over that halfway hump.
Yeah, getting over the hump. Yeah, we're getting there. But it seems like we're not going to have enough time because we've got 6 more questions. And we launch officially in a few days. So, but before we go any further, for those of you that are watching, if you can click that share button and share this out, we would love you.
Now, if you click that share button, I will do something for you. I will come over to your house and give you a massage. Okay, probably.
So the guys all click off.
Yeah, okay, so we just lost all of our 1 viewers. And
see, gone.
yeah. You mean you're gonna come over and rub my back? What kind of woolly back are you? No, I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna come over and rub your back, but I would really appreciate it. And I will say thank you very much. And I will actually personally go on to that share and I will say thank you.
Yeah.
That I can tell you.
Okay.
That I can do.
That's good. Yeah, thank you for all the support that people have given us, the comments that we've had, the messages we've gotten, the comments on the Facebook page, the shares. This has been amazing, hasn't it? Like, I've just been blown away.
You know, I've been pretty impressed, to be honest with you. I mean, I've had several launches of other shows in the past. None of them have had the support that this show has had. And for that, each and every one of you who has shown your love and support to Lynn and myself for launching this show, thank you so much. You have no idea how much that means to us.
Yeah, it's been great. It's great. It's good to know that there's people that like us.
They really like me. Actually, I think it's you, but whatever. I'll take it. I'll run with it.
Okay, so I have to, before we get going with the questions, I got to tell you something that I learned today that I never ever heard before. And so it's May 1st, and this is how perfect is that we're like doing this. We're doing this, it's May 1st, and I learned a new expression today I had never heard in my life. So do you know about an expression?
I know about an expression, but I don't know if it's the same expression.
Not May the 4th. It's not that one.
Okay. So what's May 1st? What's the expression there?
It's when you hit May. It's the first of the month. So I heard it. It's hooray. I had to write it down because I didn't. It just blew me away. Hooray, hooray! The 1st of May. Outdoor screwing starts today. Have you ever heard that?
I've never heard that. That is, wow. I'm going to use that one. I'm going to, when we're done with the show, I'm going to go inside and I'm going to irritate my wife with that one to the point where she probably looks at me and says, would you just get out of here? But
you
still.
Can blame it on me. You can blame it. Someone actually posted that on social media today. Hooray, hooray. The 1st of May, you know what starts today, and people are commenting like they got it. And I was like, what? What am I missing? Right? And then someone else commented, and then I found out, and I was like, I have never heard this expression.
I can't say I've ever heard it either. The only thing I remember,
good.
The only thing I remember from May 1st is when I was a kid, we used to make these little paper May baskets, these little May Day baskets. And we'd put like jelly beans and stuff. And they're just little tiny things. And we would do this in school and we'd take them to all the different classrooms and leave May Day, these little May baskets on the teachers' desks. Now, I feel sorry for these teachers because they would get like, each class had like 26 kids. And we would go out and we'd give it to our favorite teachers. Well, each teacher would have like 40, 50 different little May baskets on their desk. So I kind of feel sorry for them, but.
Oh, that's funny.
I don't even know. Do they even do that kind of stuff anymore? Is that something that people do?
I don't remember doing that myself in school. And I don't think my son ever did that. I'm completely off screen. Sorry.
Wow. What's that?
Oh, see, technical problems I love because it keeps you on your toes. So anyway, there you go. Hooray, hooray. The 1st of May, outdoor screwing starts today. So there you go. On with the show now. I couldn't wait to tell you that because I'd never heard that expression ever, ever, ever.
I've never heard it either. And I wish I had a long time ago because now I'm getting to be that age where it's not quite as easy and cool to be doing stuff like that. I don't know.
Oh, come on. You're never too old.
That's what I keep being told. 40 is the new 20, right?
That's right. That's right. Okay, so we can get on with the questions now.
All right, so number 6. If you have been playing along, we went through 1 and 2 by themselves, and then last night we did 3, 4, and 5. And I'm sure each and every one of you have got it written down, posted up on your refrigerator or wherever you happen to be. But question number 6, actually, it's more like a statement, but it is a question. It says, I am a hard worker. And I'm going to put that up on the screen so you guys can all see it. Maybe. There it is. All right. So it says, I am a hard worker. Now, I know, like, when I was a kid, I remember my dad, he'd only missed 2 days of work in the 30 some odd years he worked for the railroad. One of those happened to be my fault. And I remember this, and he made a big deal about it. And this taught me a valuable lesson because it taught me that it don't matter what you're doing. Your kids are always going to be the most important thing to you, no matter what. But it also impressed upon me that you can get sick, you can feel just horrible, have little nagging injuries, things like that. But if you're dedicated to what you're doing, those things become minor. They become pretty trivial. And it doesn't matter if it's a job or a business or whatever it is that you're pursuing. That work ethic really was instilled into me pretty young. And that's kind of one of those things. I've always looked up to my dad and watched the way he worked his butt off to make sure that we had everything that we needed. And I've always taken that and done the same thing. And it doesn't necessarily mean at work. It's even in the passions, the things that I'm trying to do. For example, podcasting and stuff like that. I work hard to try to do the things that I need to do to stand out.
Mm-hmm.
So,
There's different kinds of hard workers. There's some people, it doesn't matter what job it is, they're workhorses. And others, it's like, if it's something I don't really like, I'm not going to work too hard at it. But I think that you need to look at it for you watching, for this statement, I am a hard worker. I think, we're looking at pretty much overall. Like, I'm a hard worker. And if you can, right away, you think, yeah, I can say that about myself. Or there's some people who, it doesn't matter what it is, they just approach everything like a sloth, right? But those kind of people aren't watching our show anyway, so.
Well, pretty much not. But I do know of several people. I've actually worked with several of those people. And you can recognize them right away. You recognize them right away. They're the ones complaining about every job that you have to do. No matter how easy the job may be, they're still going to complain about it. Maybe they don't like the way it's being done, or maybe they're complaining about, that we're working out in the rain, or whatever the case is. They're constantly complaining, bringing everybody around them down to where the work atmosphere just feels horrible, where nobody feels like working.
Yeah. Well, I've always worked in offices, so I always got that. It's not my job. In offices, everybody tends to have their titles, right? Well, that's not my job. Yeah, okay. Like, don't be a fucking team player or anything. Like, so. But for those watching, we'll give you the scoring on this. So you want to say, so the options are to I am a hard worker, answer very much like me, mostly like me, somewhat like me, not much like me, or not like me at all. Like, I'm just like a lazy sot. So the answers for that question, if you answered very much like me, like you are a hard worker, you get 5 points. And if it's mostly like you, which I believe I answered mostly like me, because there's some jobs, there's some jobs where I'm just going to, the dog, right? Like,
call it in. Yeah.
So I'm like mostly like me. So if that's you, mostly like me, then you get 4 points. If it's somewhat like you, depends, if the sun's shining or not, you get 3 points. And not much like you, you get 2. And if it's not like you at all, you get 1.
I answered that with a 5 because that's me. That was one. In fact, that was the one thing that I could say 5 all day long on.
All day long.
Yeah, there was no question. That was a 5. Yeah, I was confident about that. It depends
on what it is you're doing. Like, there's some things I can drag my butt on, but if it's like when we came together to do this, like, I can just head down, plow right in and do what needs to be done to get everything set up, get the website set up and all the things that need to be done, do graphics, things like that, things that I love. It's not work at all. Yeah. So that's why I picked mostly like me. I'm not like, I don't wake up in the morning going, shit, I think I want to clean the toilet today. Like, I'm just like pumped for that. So that's why mostly like me.
Well, if you ask anybody who's ever worked with me, I've got 2 really famous sayings at work. One of them is embrace the suck. You got to embrace the suck. You have to do the crappy jobs, the sucky jobs, to be able to move forward with your project. So you may as well embrace the suck and just get it done. The second thing that everybody hears me saying is, I don't care if you like it or you don't like it. You can complain all you want after it's over. In fact, I will bitch right along with you. I am one of the best complainers, bitchers, criers, whiners out there.
Really? I can't see that.
Oh, yeah. But we are going to have the job done first before we start bitching. That's the 2 things that I'm really known for at work.
Well, there you go. Learn something new about you.
So, question number 7.
Embrace the suck.
Embrace the suck. Now we're going to have 2 more people saying embrace the suck. Now that's pretty cool. Anyways, so question number 7. And I'll bring that one up on screen here. All right. It says, I often set a goal, but later choose to pursue a different one.
That's another introspective one.
It is. It's one that you really have to be brutally honest with yourself. As and I've set a lot of goals. I mean, and I'm one of those people that I set those mini goals. I always set those micro goals so I can reach that overall goal. And I've been guilty from time to time taking one of those micro goals and changing it a little bit because that first micro goal seemed a little bit not as fun.
Yeah. I think, it depends on how you look at it too, because I don't know, some people set more than one goal. So I often set a goal, but later choose to pursue a different one. They could both thing, but maybe you're putting one off to the side because the other one, I don't know, is going to add to a little bit more to what you're doing. So, we're all entitled. I think that's the tough thing too, is that some people will set a goal or set out to do something and they're too afraid to change their mind because they don't want to get bugged about it but you know what? You're entitled to change your mind. You're entitled to go after something different. You can absolutely do that. And we've talked about it before in other questions, previous questions. But if you're doing that all the time, it's time to, have a come to Jesus moment and figure out what's going on.
Oh,
my
definitely.
goal, my goals have not really changed too much because I've been doing the same thing for a while. So it's pretty much the same. I mean, the target, the thing that my goal is based on might change, but it's still based, my goal is the same as my why. I want to be the answer to somebody's prayers.
That's that, with me, my goals are always long-term based. For example, fitness. Fitness is something that I've always been extremely passionate about. So I set certain goals. Now, at one time, I literally weighed 265 pounds. I was nearly as big around as I was tall. And I set a goal. It was 3 years ago that I wanted to get down to a reasonable size, a reasonable weight. Now, I never really achieved that goal weight. And what had happened was I ended up going down to like 180 pounds. I think my goal was like 175 or something like that. So I get down to 180 pounds and then I started going up. So at that time, I changed my goal because now instead of getting down to 175, I wanted to be at a certain body fat percentage. So when we're looking at these type of things, I often set a goal, but later choose to pursue a different one. Maybe it's situational. Maybe it's something that goal you realize is unobtainable because it's going to shift. If you shift your goal, it's actually going to do better for you. It's still going in the same direction with the same overall concept, better fitness. But at the same time, you have to shift that goal over a little bit and hit that next mark because it's just not feasible to hit that goal that you were originally going after.
Well, yeah, and if you have a goal, theoretically, you're going after something you haven't done or experienced before. So as you're moving along, you could go, this, I'm not really feeling it. Like I don't think. But with that question, that I think you're completely switching gears. So if you're looking at this statement, I take it in the way that you're going to set a goal, but you completely switch gears because you can adjust a goal. You can make it different. So when you're looking at that statement, I often set a goal and later choose to pursue a different one. You're going to answer very much like me, mostly like me, somewhat like me, not much like me, or not like me at all. So the scoring on that is, if you pick very much like me, 1, you get 1 point. Mostly like me, you get 2. Somewhat like me, you get 3. Not much like me, you get 4. And not like me at all, you get 5.
See, and this is the one that really kind of derailed my scores, because I looked at this and I'm like, I don't really agree with it. I didn't feel that it was necessarily a bad thing
Yeah.
to set goals and then later choose to pursue a different one. In fact, if it, to me, that shows signs of, maturity and understanding yourself a little bit deeper. So
But it does fit into the concept of grit, because you're not quitting, you're setting a different goal.
Yeah. But according to this grit test, if you set a goal but often choose to pursue a different one, maybe you're setting a lot of goals, and maybe you are choosing to, you're recognizing that goal isn't going to get you closer to where you need to be. So you need to pursue a different one. So to me, when I read this question, I really didn't care for it. And you and I actually recorded a version of this question, a week ago. And I think it was the same. I know it was the same question where I really wasn't all that keen on this question. So this is the one that kind of derailed me. I got a 3 on this one because I felt like I was in the middle. I really did.
I would have gotten a 4. Yeah, not much like me. Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I mean, it's, they're bold statements. They're statements that I think you can't. We want to spend a lot of time on them, and I think these are statements that you have to read it and have that instinct about yourself, because we're somewhat aware of the way we are.
Yeah.
We can try and lie to ourselves, but we know we can't. You can't, right? So I think with these, you have to read the statement, and what's your initial instinct? Is it like, yeah, that is me totally, or one of the other answers? So you have to go by instinct. But this test, these questions, I would recommend doing them again, and because grit is not. It's a trait, and yes, we're born with certain things, but they can be learned, they can grow, they can be strengthened. So, and you can absolutely grow your grit, and that's going to be, that's going to be part of our conversation moving forward too, when we officially launch. But I think you have to, because you can get caught up in all kinds of head games with yourself if you start analyzing these statements. Start thinking back to stuff. Well, there was that time. Yeah.
Well, now I want to share with something with everybody. I know a lot of people who have been watching this show right now, and up to this point, we really haven't pushed our website all that much. So I want to take this time real quick just to talk a little bit about the website and what you're going to be able to find there. So if you go over to gritandgracetv.com and you've been watching along and you've been checking out this pre-launch show, do us a huge favor and go down on the first page and leave us a comment. We really want to know what you think about what we're doing. And as you're going through, notice that we do have the different social media links, YouTube, Facebook. Go ahead and click on those, like the page. And because if you're following the show from my personal page, you're really going to want to join the Grit and Grace TV Facebook page, just for the simple fact that there are so many things that get put up throughout the day that either motivate or inspire, or maybe there's other videos, things like that really kind of are fun. I mean, we are really building a no bullshit community. And then you also want to click on that YouTube link. Go over and subscribe to that YouTube channel, because we are putting some exclusive content coming out. In fact, some of the first pieces of exclusive content are coming out this next weekend, and you're not going to want to miss them, because they are going to be reaction video of people in our communities. So that's really what I wanted to talk about. I really, really do appreciate each and every one of you. I appreciate the support that everybody's been throwing at us. And, when I get a private, I've had more private messages about Grit and Grace than I have about Raw and Real in the last 3 months. And we've only been doing this for 2 weeks.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy, isn't it? It's great. And yeah, I've gotten more comments too than I have in the last, well, maybe all the 3 past, or all the years combined that I've been in podcasting and radio. But yeah, the support has been great. But I think it's all been preparation to this moment. Because we both had the same idea of what we wanted to do, the types of things that we wanted to do. But we both knew that we wanted viewers to be part of it. We really want you to give us your opinions. And like CJ was saying, go to our website below the video. There's a comment section. And hey, Stephanie, we can't either. Thanks for joining. Go to the comment section if you've watched. If you watched this, if you've watched any of our other videos, we would really, really appreciate it if you'd go to the website and leave a comment. Absolutely. And another important thing too is that when we launch, we're going to have a segment called Bring It. And this is for you. This is for you. You can click on a link on the website called Ask a Question. And from anything from like moral dilemmas to monumental decisions, we want to answer viewer questions. So, no question is off the table. If you need a different perspective, or you just got to bet with some friends, or you really are trying to make a decision about something and you need some input or resources. I mean, we know people. Like, that's all I'm going to say. We know people. So we can hook you up with anything.
Definitely can hook you up. And, yeah, because like she said, we know people. So. We do. We got people. So, we can help you out. And there'll be resources that are going to eventually be built and added to continuously. So we have some to go along with our very first show on Thursday. That will be live after the show on Thursday. And then it'll continue to add anything that we mention. If we have a PDF to download, whatever it is, we're going to continue to build a resource page and share out. So whatever it is, those are 2 big things for us: answering questions and sharing resources. Because, I've always been referred to as the MacGyver of resources. Whenever anybody needed anything or somebody, it was like, I just know, and I don't know why I do. I just soak up resources. And you're a lot like that too. You tell me about a lot of things too that I'm like, oh, so it's great. So whatever you might need, we're building up resources. We're here to answer questions. That segment's going to be fun. Bring it. Whole lot of fun. And here's the other thing about that segment. It's unfiltered. It is absolutely what you need to hear. It's not going to be sometimes it may not be what you want to hear, but it is going to be what you need to hear. And that's the one thing you will always get from either Lynn or myself, is you're going to get that honest truth. And I can't wait until we launch that segment, because to be honest with you, that's going to be one of my favorite segments, is being able to really kind of just dive in and roll the sleeves up and get dirty. I mean, sometimes that's what it takes.
And it's learning for everybody. And you know what? If you have a question about something, it's guaranteed someone else does, but maybe they're too shy. But it's also set up that questions can be asked anonymously on the website. So we don't know, you're just going to put your question in and that's it. So we don't know who you are, anything. So for some people, that makes a big difference. They don't want anybody to know. I mean, even though there could be, a gazillion Johns out there, still for some people, if it's a touchy thing. So, but ask the question because somebody else is probably thinking that question, but we really want to engage. We really want, there was a great discussion on our Facebook page today about something that was shared. And there was somebody that came out saying basically they didn't agree. And I engaged in a great conversation because we're absolutely open to listening to other people. I mean, we may not agree with you, but we definitely respect different opinions, and we're not going to, this is what this is about, is to talk about topics that maybe are going to be uncomfortable for some people, and we're going to have fun topics because we laugh at like every freaking show.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So.
There's actually times where I work. I just want to let you all know, if Lynn is laughing, chances are I'm trying to make her laugh. Just because I love listening to her crack up. That's really what it's all about. But anyways, everybody, thank you everyone who has shared the videos. Anthony Hayes, I want to send a special shout out to you, my man. Thank you very much. What you posted was absolutely amazing. Meant a lot to me. Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate it. BJ, you're the man. I can't wait to get in touch with you so we can start talking about some of the things that you've brought up. I mean, you've brought up some pretty amazing topics.
That's right. We have a couple questions and we've got a topic suggestion, so that's good. And I want to say a special thank you to Stephanie Leach because she's been a huge supporter sharing out our stuff too. So thank you, Stephanie, and thank you. I appreciate it. We definitely appreciate it.
And of course, my sister Opal. Thank you very much. I appreciate you doing everything that you do to support us as well.
Mm-hmm. So many people. Too many to name. Thank you very much.
There are so many people. And, I could spend the next 30 minutes of a show just saying thank you to all the people who have joined the group, who have jumped onto the Facebook or the YouTube channel, subscribed to the YouTube channel, jumped over to the website, checked it out, gave us some feedback. I could spend the rest of the night probably thanking all those people, but we can't. We do need to move along. So until next time, everybody, you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect solution.
Peace and stay wild.
Woohoo!